I hope all of you are having a wonderful day, a day that is as dope as you. Hi, Motives. It's me, Tell Motivates. I hope you guys are doing great. So let's get right into it. Today, we are going to be talking about goals. Now, with that being said, I have to let you guys know about a dope ass quote that I heard recently by the Honorable Kabi Kameni. And he said, to have a god, you must have a goddess. Isn't that dope? I just couldn't hold on to it. So, with us talking about goals today, I want to know, guys, do y'all have any goals? That could be a short-term goal, a long-term goal. It could be a life goal. I'm a firm believer that life is not a sprint or race, but it's a journey and it's a marathon. So once you accomplish one goal, if you're elevating, if you're growing, you should have more goals. It's good to be content in some areas, but you should always try to challenge yourself and push yourself forward. So let me know if you guys have any goals. I would like to know, what are the goals? Have you written them down? Because you know a crappy note is always better than trying to remember something, right? And I won't lie, I write everything down, but I'm horrible with going back to my notes. But with journaling, I love to go back and read and see where I was like a year before. So I am getting better with my notes. So first things first, if you do have goals and they're not written down, please go get a notebook, a piece of paper, something. Write down what it is that you want. If you do not know what you want, that is the first thing to do. Brainstorm. What's of importance to you? Put a list of stuff that's important now and the list of the stuff that's important later. Once you do that, prioritize that list and start from the most important down to the least important, right? So the list could also have a now list, a later list, and a future list. Now is something that can be accomplished within the next couple of months. Later is, let's say, 6 months to a year and a half, and then future is 3 years plus. So, for example, my goals right now is to be consistent with my content and my podcasting and being present and taking accountability for any trainings or mentorships that I can attend that would help me develop my craft better. So I absolutely love that. I hold myself accountable to it. I have a planner that says all of the important things that I have to do on a daily basis, and it seems to work great for me. Shout out to my baby sister Malika, because she's the one that got me a planner. It's so dope, guys. So that's like a short-term goal for me, right? A long-term goal, which would take about a year or so, I have to find the place, all of that stuff, is to own a home or make my first home purchase. Something within 3 years or further is to get married, possibly have more kids, stuff like that. So that's just ideas of what now, later, and future could mean to you. Now, you can also have fun with it. I love to have fun. I'm a big ass kid. I will run around in the park. I love going to the beach, waterfronts. We could play water balloons, skating, bicycling. I will shoot pool, bowl. Like, I don't care what it is. If it brings me joy, I'm just a good sportsman when it comes to that. I suck at it, but I'm okay with that. I don't have to master everything. So I'll sit here and act like I'm going to beat you and everything, knowing damn well I'll lose, but you might not know that. So that's the fun in that, right? So some fun that you can have with trying to figure this out, or, just making it stick and become a reality for you, is by getting vision boards, or making vision boards, I could say. You could pretty much get all the materials you need from your local dollar store, and all you need is old magazines. I typically look through all of the magazines, And I see, I cut out whatever is important to me, whatever sticks out to me. I do that first. So I go through as many magazines as I want. I cut out everything that means something to me. And then I literally get a big poster board and a glue stick and I start sticking them on the board. And I have so much stuff cut out that it fills the whole board up, but it's stuff like Guru and Eat Healthy and Passport and Wonderful Friend and Marriage and Love and everything that means something to me are on my vision boards. And you'd be surprised, those vision boards, especially that big, they last some time. So the first one I made was in 2018, and I just made one last year for my birthday in 2022. So I will swear by those vision boards. In addition to that, if you don't want to do all of that, you could just get a journal. I would suggest doing both because with journaling, that's every day as the day passes, as time passes. Whereas with the vision board, it's something that you kind of hang up and it's a subconscious way of creating what you want subconsciously because you look at it. So I usually have it by a light or, where I look at or where I lay at night before I go to bed. I can see it, stuff like that. But journaling is also good because if you had a rough day, if you had a good day, if it's something that you just want to get out, writing is a wonderful way to do that. So you can have a journal just talking about your goals. Like, okay, well, today I did this towards my goal. It worked. It didn't work, whatever the case may be. But, that's the outlet for your soul, your inner voice to get out on paper with journaling. So I love that. So it doesn't have to be an actual journal. You don't have to go searching for it. It could be a notebook. Everybody got notebooks in their house. I love going to like the department stores. I don't know if it's a department store, but like the Burlington Coat Factories, the Marshalls, stuff like that. I go there and they have really, really dope books. So it has nice sayings on it. I get me a nice pack of pens and it lasts forever. A journal could literally last you a year if you're writing it every day because they typically have over 300 and some pages anyway. So, don't beat yourself up about it. Whatever feels good to you. Remember, there's no right or wrong way. The point is to start moving. So like I was saying with the planner, if you're an unorganized person or if you just wing it every day, having a planner is a great way to, put everything in order. So, I wake up at this time, I have breakfast, I get the kids to school, I go to work, I go to lunch, coming home, I have to grab the kids, we run errands, I have this meeting, that meeting, the kids have ballet lessons, soccer, whatever the case may be. When you start putting that stuff out on paper, you can see where you can utilize your time more, what frivolous activities you could get rid of, all of that stuff, right? So with doing that, it will push you to your later and future list because the planner, you're helping yourself work towards your regular goals, right? So, with you writing those goals out and doing it on a daily basis, like, okay, well, this week I only want to make one Starbucks run, or I don't want to make any Starbucks runs. You're doing a great job if you do go to Starbucks like once because you only got one order from Starbucks instead of going every day. In turn, you're saving money and you're still working towards your goal. So don't beat yourself up if you fall short of said goal. The point is to consistently hold yourself accountable, be conscious, and to get back on the horse if you fall off, right? So with doing those immediate goals, automatically, once they're out the way, it's like, what's next? What am I going to do next? Stuff like that. So it's just like, elementary school. What's next? It's middle school. You look forward to going to middle school. It's an elevation. It's a little older. You might have a dance or two, or, you and your friends a little older. You could do more things on your own, stuff like that. It should be exciting to you because this is your life. Isn't it exciting? Like, oh my God, this is what I want to do and I'm going to do it. Sometimes we get so caught up in the rigmarole of just life, working, kids, and time flies. You have to make it an effort and a point to make time for you and to remember that we're not hamsters on a wheel. Whatever you're doing right now to get your bread and butter and take care of you and yours, if you're not happy with doing that, or if you want to do more, that is exactly what you should be doing. Figuring out how to do more. Take some classes. Living Social, Groupon, they have all kinds of cheap little classes that you could take. They're dirt cheap, like dollars. And you can get little certifications in this, little certifications in that. I spent like $5 on like a decluttering certificate, motivational certificate, like just all kinds of stuff. And it sparked my interest. So it just helped me figure out what it was that I like to do. and what I wanted to learn more and more about. So by taking a small class that might cost a couple bucks, if you're interested, then you know that you could commit to spending the extra dollars to get this or get that. You get me? All right. So, in addition to that, you should have a daily routine or regimen just with your regular life as far as work, school, eating, all of that stuff. I used to be horrible and orders out several times a week, even though it was food home and all that. Not necessarily saying that I didn't want to do it, but I'll forget to take this out, all that, your food got to thaw, all that stuff. So, what I do now is I usually take I prep my food at night. So, with prepping it at night, when I wake up in the morning, after I get myself together, I make breakfast and I get a little bit of time off of work. I just go throw my food in a crock pot or I just prepare it. Typically, my food is done by like 4 or 5 o'clock during the weekday. And I love it. Like I can still go about my evening. I don't really have to worry about cooking and all of that stuff. And it just really, really works for my kid and I, right? We do not eat that late anymore. We never, for the most part, eat past like 8 o'clock unless we want to. Other than that, the food is on the stove, hot, ready for you like a Little Caesars pizza. Ugh. But anyway, so just think about that stuff. You have to take care of yourself, number one, to be able to accomplish these goals. What does it matter if we have all of the riches in the world and we don't have any health? Health is one of the most priceless things that we have out there. And even though we always think, oh, that's not going to be me, and we're all promised one thing, and that's death. So are you doing what you can to ensure that you're as healthy as can be on your end? You don't have anything, you can't control anything outside of you and what might happen, because of somebody else's will and stuff like that, God forbid. But as far as yourself, are you doing everything that you can to take care of yourself and make sure you're as healthy as can be to be there for you and your family so all of you can accomplish these goals and bask in the glory of it collectively, celebrate collectively? So in addition to, breakfast, lunch, dinner, exercise, which is walking, running, whatever it is that you might find fun, dancing. I love to dance. So that's a great way to get it off, get it off, get weight off without thinking that it's punishment. A lot of times some of the good things that are good for us or well for us, we look at it as punishment or, oh my God, why do I have to do that? When all of our vices and typically negative things that can negatively impact us is very easy for us to do. So I need to be getting up a little early to get that breakfast. And, biscuits at Walmart is $1.50. Bread, butter, even if it's tea, I'm a stickler for tea. I love Zinger tea. Any kind of Zinger tea, I'm in there. Figure out what works for you and incorporate it into your life. In addition to that, I think meditation is very important. And people think that you got to sit here and Narambe and Gango and no, you don't have to do all of that. Meditation is whatever it is to you. It's you disconnecting from electronics and things around you and just sitting and journaling or listening to your favorite music. I even like listening to jazz, especially if I'm trying to read and stuff like that. I don't necessarily want somebody talking because I'm not going to be paying as much, paying attention. If I'm listening to jazz, I still have the music, I still have the ambiance, but I'm able to concentrate on my work or whatever I might be doing. So meditation for you might be laying in the bed for 15 minutes before you go to sleep and just, concentrating on your breathing. That's great. It might be laying in the bed 15 minutes once you get up to do that. Stretch, guys. Stretching is a wonderful thing, especially as you get older. Don't be playing with your stretching now. Stretch. You'll see the difference that it makes in doing all of that. And like I was saying before, practice or write down your frivolous activity. Track them. Track your frivolous activities. Okay. So when you track your frivolous activities, you'll be able to see where you spend a lot of your time that can be spent better, I would say. So for me, it's social media. If I'm not on social media, like for work, content and stuff, I kind of get lost in it. I put it down, come right back, and I'm back on it. I've done a great job now. I typically am not even really scrolling or searching unless I'm just engaging or I'm responding to content, stuff like that. Social media takes up a lot of our time. And there's a time and place for everything, but you don't want to sit here and spend 3 hours on social media when you could have easily spent a half an hour or 45 minutes on social media and the rest of that time working towards said goal. So just track your activities, see where it's frivolous, and remove that and replace it with something that would improve your life. The point is to remove the ones that add no value, right? And most importantly, believe it so you can achieve it. So don't just write the stuff down and then consistently day after day you don't do it. Write it down and at least try. Every day, try to do something towards your goal. Something. On the days that you don't feel like doing it, that's even more reason to doing it. All right? On the days that you do feel like doing it, double up. Whatever it is that works for you. But most importantly, just remember consistently to move, 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 move. A lot of people think that, oh, it's not the right time, it ain't the right time, and then look at all this time that passed and you ain't get nothing done. It's better to do something horribly than to never try. You know what I mean? So if you suck at it, okay, oh well, all right, this wasn't what I wanted, or the result that I wanted, I don't want to do this anymore, whatever the case may be. You're your own boss. You have the right to change your mind and do things differently. But you have to at least try to have the context and the reasoning and the experience behind why you don't like it, I think one of the simplest things that we could do is just straight up say that we don't like something and we didn't try it. So that doesn't apply to everything. Don't take me literally. But in some situations, we seriously just be like, oh, no, I don't like it. And you never know. Prime example of that is I love bacon. I love it. I love bacon. I eat it all the time, every day if I could. And my son knows that I love bacon. He buys me Valentine's Day cards, talking about bacon and stuff like that. And he texted me from school yesterday like, oh, Mom, my friend Brian gave me some bacon and apparently I like it. I'm like, you know how many meals I be removing and not including bacon in because I thought you didn't like it? So I ain't mad. I'm excited now because I could do it now. But all of this time, he just assumed that he didn't like it. And I don't force him because there's other things to eat. It ain't the healthiest thing in the world. But, it took you 16 years to realize that you like a simple breakfast food that most Americans like. But neither here nor there. Don't be that person. Don't wait 89 years to figure out that you like this or you like that. Try it. If you don't like it, oh well. But the point is, if you do, great. What else? All right? So just be consistent with yourself. Be serious with yourself. Don't play with yourself. Don't down talk on yourself. You are you for a reason. And all you're doing is working on a better version of you. All right? So you 1.0 right now, you're working on 2.0, then 3.0, then 4.0. Go as far as you can, baby, because we have one life to live. Believe it so you can achieve it. And as always, always love. To respond to a question, make a suggestion for an episode, to be a guest, or give feedback, reach out to us at info@tonemotivates.com. You can also find us on social media at Tone Motivates on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and at Shades of Tone _podcast on Instagram and Facebook. And as always, you can find us at tonemotivates.com, where all of those links are as well.